Hey guys, just wanted to show you this great farming spot in the Tamil Highlands. There's high density, lots of items, lots of enemies.
Snake, what's that? Snake! Snake!
Hey guys, welcome to episode 4. Before we begin, I'm just gonna be going over another farming spot, which is the council members in Act 3. The Kalam's Flail and Will can be both disenchanted into one arcane shard, and there's quite a few just general drops here as well, so it's quite likely that you'll see one or two uniques every now and again. And of course the other advantage is that it's very close to the waypoint, which means you'll get here pretty quickly and you can reduce travel time. You can see all the blue items there. Chances are, with a bit of MF, you're going to get some uniques there as well. Later on you can do Mephisto in conjunction with this for more crystals, of course. And yeah, it's a nice little farming spot. But you do get a bit of XP, which can be a good or a bad thing, depending on how you want to look at it. But yeah, so that's that. And you'll notice that I'm level 49 now. Mainly got to that through council runs, you know, getting some extra arcane crystals. I skipped out most of the Act 3 scenes because it was just me running through the jungle. Haven't done Mephisto yet, but that'll be for episode 5, sorry. And gear wise, not much has changed, just some up tiers, some extra jewels. I went for some increased attack speed jewels and some minus requirement jewels, of course. And Ith runes in the armor because that's our biggest source of defense. It has the highest base defense out of any item slot there is. And before I was talking about the chainmail versus the split mail. We'll look at the elemental damages first. You can quickly see that the cold damage from the chainmail is roughly equal to 2 of the elements from a splint mail. Of course, that means, you know, the splint mail is not really doing that much more damage than our chainmail. The other added advantage that the chainmail has is that it's actually only one element, cold damage, whereas the splint mail is split into 3 elements. So right now with the chainmail we can just focus on fire and cold, so we can go for minus enemy cold resist and minus enemy fire resist, whereas the splint mail you have to kind of get all 3 if you want to support that lightning damage, to double it. And because everything is a limited resource, right now I'm kind of even struggling to get minus 100 enemy fire resist, so I decided to go with the chainmail because I didn't want to stretch myself too thin. And of course it also synergizes with our tiara, which is fire and cold damage as well. And what's left is the procs. I think that the arrow and striking proc is going to be better than the guard tower for various reasons. For starters, okay, the obvious one is that it's on striking, which means we're gonna see it a lot, especially with something like Voodoo Shot, whereas on kill is limited by the density and the number of enemies you face and kill. And of course guard tower is immobile. It's just like this stationary single fortress type thing that just shoots out arrows, so if there's nothing nearby it's not going to do anything, whereas the on-striking arrows will follow your character, so it'll always be useful. The biggest loss that we face from not taking out the split mail is the massive base defense. You can see like 2.7k versus 4.3k. The base defense isn't that big of a difference. It's mainly because of the enhanced defense, the difference between those two. And of course we also lose damage reduced by 10%. But since I'm ranged, I'm not too concerned about that. In the other slots, I mainly went for some strength in the jewelry, and of course enemy resists, enemy fire resist. I'm still struggling to get to minus 100 fire resist, and I want to start getting some cold resist as well. Boots wise, of course, Lion Paw, same thing. Always try to roll an Oil of Luck on your jewels before you socket them. Put in some minus requirement jewels in the belt. Everything sort of fits in nicely on my character. Like the lower strength items give me enough strength to wear the other heavy items, like the weapon for example. And that's about it for gear. There's not really much else to say. It's pretty standard stuff. And of course I've managed to get more F runes and a couple of F runes just by downgrading higher runes that I found on my council runs. Defense wise, you can see I went and got hit by some Amazon warriors to show you guys these stats. Defense wise, anything over 8k will do, and my attack rating is a bit on the low side, but it'll be okay. I'll survive. For those of you that didn't know, LC1 or Level Challenge 1 is the second challenge that you do, the second level challenge, and it's basically an area with 3 bosses that you have to beat, and you have to cube the charm that they drop with a scroll of identify and a scroll of town portal in order to get the bonus, and you have to be underneath a certain level depending on the boss. But normally people come in here at around level 50 or under. Well, not around level 50, at level 50 or under. If you're over level 50, you won't be able to get one of the bosses upgrades, so it's not recommended. Enemy wise, there are 2 kinds of sort of trash mobs in here, I guess I'll call them. Those are the Amazon warriors that you see now on your screen, and jungle snakes, which are actually invisible, but you will see them from time to time. I think there's one there. Yep, it just died there. The snake on the ground. There's no elemental immunities in here, and other than the jungle snakes, of course, which are poison immune, I believe. But other than that, no immunities, which is great for casters or just, you know, characters with elemental damage. In destruction, these Amazons actually have 50 to all resists, but for hatred and terror, they don't have any resists at all. So you'll see the first goddess now, and she's gonna die pretty soon. So you see those swirlies around me. I have to quickly pick up the charm, which I did, and quickly cube it like that. And now it's upgraded, and I cube it with the Sunset of the Elements, which I picked up before from killing the totem. And I get my next set of scrolls ready, because the swirlies only last for 20 seconds and I don't want to lose that, or else I have to come back in here again. Keep in mind that there's no XP gain in here, so that you can pretty much just try as many times as you like and you won't get any extra experience. What else? Oh, one of the main concepts in this place is that everything is really doing physical damage for the most part, which is why I said to come in with around 8k or more defense, because, you know, everything is physical. Oh, and also you really shouldn't run like I am. I got a bit impatient here because it was taking too long when I was walking. So I'm not making a good example here, but normally if in a defense based area you really want to be walking, because running diminishes the values of your defense, and it's the same with block, so you really want to be walking. But you know, I wanted this to go a little bit faster, so I decided to run, and it's okay right now. It's not a huge deal. You can see them casting phalanx. Every single goddess will cast phalanx, which is the line of Amazons that are shooting arrows. It's an Amazon skill, and each one has a spell that they cast on death corresponding to the element. So the fire one casts Cataclysm, as you saw, the frost one casts Glacial Nova, and the lightning one casts Supernova, I think it is. And this area in general, it has a unique item bias, which means you will see a lot more uniques in here, especially with some magic find, because the base unique drop rate is higher, so MF is going to be really good in here, which I will show later. This place is really nice for getting arcane crystals. You might notice I'm going quite slowly right now because it is players 8 and I don't really have much in the way of damage reduction or life, and I don't really want to die if I can avoid it. And so the way I tend to play in here is you'll notice that they leak from the edge of your screen, so you just want to take a few steps and they will come to you. And because my frag shot has a little bit of a delay, I tend to try to precast, so as they come into my screen they walk into the explosion right away, get put into hit recovery, and then they just die right after because the successive frag shots will kill them. So that's my general playstyle and strategy in here. And also you can have some reanimates, which will help a lot. And if they cast phalanx like that, just stand behind it and you'll be safe as long as you're behind the phalanx. And there's Lycan there down, that's a supernova. And congratulations to, I think Bao it was, that bet that my mercenary will die in TA, and she did just now. You might have missed it, but she died. So I owe you a cookie, Wow. I'll give you one on the forums. Oh, I feel a little bit lonely now. She was here the whole time. You never notice that something is valuable until it's gone. But yeah, so that's basically it for level challenge 1. I can't actually use the charm yet because it's got a level 50 requirement on it. I kind of went through this place quickly. Maybe I should have gone through it a little bit slower, but hopefully you got the general idea. It's just basically let them leak in from the edge of your screen, and then kill them as they come in, and focus on defense, because defense is huge in there. Everything is physical, so if you have plenty of defense you'll be fine. Well, that's it everyone. In the next episode we'll be going into the 3 primevals, Mephisto, Diablo and Baal. And yeah, hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching.